And welcome back. Suncorp Stadium, the venue. If you're a Queenslander, you've got many things to be proud of. And let me tell you, this is no exception. Suncorp Stadium, 52,500 people here for Game 2 last year. They may break the record tonight. I think it's the best rugby league stadium in the world. And obviously those maroon wearers tonight, they agree entirely. McAuliffe and Humphrey started this 25 years ago. What a wonderful sporting rivalry it has turned out to be. One of the greatest in Australia. Andrew Voss is on the sideline with two of the great Origin competitors.
Yes, Ray, to Brad Fittler and Andrew Johns in just a moment. Never more appropriate, the expression fever pitch, to supply the atmosphere here at Suncorp Stadium tonight. Now, an extra special chance for viewers tonight to have a really big night in Origin 1 2005. We have $5,000 up for grabs in our VB Man of the Match competition. All you have to do is correctly pick the Australian Selectors' Choice is tonight's VB Man of the Match. Now, you can either phone that number, 1902 559 979, and follow the prompts, or SMS your answer to 1995 9979. Now, the lines will close at 9:45 tonight, and out of the correct entries tomorrow, the winner will be announced on the Thursday Night Footy Show. Now, Brad Fittler has played 31 Origins. Andrew Johns has played 21 Origins. Let's get the last word. Andrew, a key area to look out for tonight.
I think the Blues will really target Billy Slater at the back. It's his first time he's played at this level. I think they'll bomb him, they get hold of him, they'll try to rough him up and really try to put him off his game. But I will say this, the kid's an absolute champion. If he gets any room, he'll carve the Blues up. All
right, Brad, where's it going to be won or lost?
Mate, we're going to look at the conductors. New South Wales, Trent Barrett, Brett Camorley. Someone's got to lead this side around. Because Queensland, they got the best in the business. Darren Lockyer, his team knows if they do their job, he will orchestrate a victory.
That's it, we're ready to go, Rabs, all yours.
Brad Fittler, Andrew Johns, Andrew Voss on the sideline as we enter the first game of our celebration of 25 years of Origin football. On the 8th of July 1980, Beatson led out the Maroons, Radonicus led out New South Wales. Ted Glossop and John McDonald were the coaches. Queensland dressing rooms, would you believe that 9 of these players were not born when we first started what was at that time a gimmick, and around 7 of them tonight had not even reached their first birthday. The Blues are in the tunnel and they're about to get this real Queensland reception. They say you can feel it. So the Blues are out there. They've won the last 2 series, but they've lost 5 of their last 6 matches in Brisbane. Their record here in Brisbane is not good. 38 games played. They've only won 14. 9 members of the Blues squad have never won in Brisbane. There's a few negatives about, but they are the holders of the trophy, and they've held it for a couple of years. Now listen to this. This is a big one coming. Greatest player playing the game at the moment leads his famous Maroons onto Suncorp Stadium. Beautifully prepared. The team that has won the first game, Peter told you, they've won 18 of the 23 series decided since '82. Michael Crocker, he's played 4 games, he scored 2 tries. And have a look at that, in 72 matches, that's over 90 hours of football, there are only 3 points between them. New South Wales 11-21, Queensland 11-18. Peter Cousins is about to sing the national anthem. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. The first Origin for 2005, the start of a 25-year celebration. And here is Peter Cousins with the Australian national anthem. the national anthem. So they go to their respective ends. Badeiras, Danny captains for the 4th time. Darren Lockyer captains for the 5th time. Paul Simpkins referees Origin for the 2nd time.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, you're right.
Pitch has been beautifully prepared. The teams have been beautifully prepared. We are ready.
I noticed Queensland out there are playing Paul Bowman at right centre. Both he and Berrigan play left centre for their respective clubs. But the North Queensland experienced number 4 has opted to be on the side of the field that will mark Matt Cooper.
There's the kick-off. Origin 73 is underway. Seven receiver. First touch of the football.
Mark it square. Hold.
Running away from the Caxton Street end. Price and 4 of the Blues converge. Hindmarsh, Kennedy, Badeiras, Fitzgibbon. Seven receiver takes hit number 3. So Petro already indicating that he's certainly going to shoulder some of the vacancy left by Shane Webke. Just beyond their own 30-metre line. Safe as you go. And Cameron Smith kicks. He kicks early for Minicello to bring it back towards the 30-metre line. And the Maroons surge in. Led by Crocker. Here's King now. One of the 5 players on debut tonight. Badeiras away. Bailey. He's met and pulled down. Thurston playing in headgear in the tackle with Flannery. Civil receiver a little bit slow to get up. Kennedy straining to make the halfway line. Tackled by Flannery and Thurston. And then to Barrett, who decides to put a little step on and try to break them early. Back to Badeiras now, then for Kamali, and Kamali drops it onto the right foot, keeps it low, stabs it down into the in goal. And Slater's had to bring it back. No, he hasn't. It's been ordered back to the 20. So Queensland then with Paul Bowman. One of 6 Cowboys in the team. First time ever they've had more players than the Broncos. Another of them, Matt Singh.
2, move.
And there's Matty Bowen on the bench. We're expecting that he will come on and play some dummy half football, particularly at the back end of the halves. Brad Thorne, the journeyman from league to Union and back to league at its highest level. Price will play the ball on halfway, tackled by Hindmarsh. From Smith they go to Lockyer's boot. He puts it on the left foot and stabs it. It looks like it had a bit of backspin on it. Minicello is with the ball. And the ring of Maroon is there again. Bowman, brilliant defence-man on the right side for Queensland.
Just simple stuff so far from the Queenslanders. Steve Price and Sivan Asiva, plenty of hit-ups. And then the early kick from Lockyer, wanting to turn around this New South Wales defence, make them chase back, make the forwards work.
Fitzgibbon then to the 20-metre line in the opening minutes of the opening Origin game for 2005. Badeiras putting it away to Riles. And Jason is tackled just inside the 30-metre line. A 4-man tackle. They're not tackling in 3s tonight. They're tackling in 4s. Plenty of quantity in the tackles. There's another from Price and from Thorne. And then Kamali puts in a little kick, and then he loses his footing. There was an appeal for a penalty. Not coming. Crocker is tackled with the ball. 9 metres on the Queensland side of halfway. Now to Thurston on debut. Then to Lockyer, double pumps it. It's gone on to Berrigan. Berrigan's met over there by Gasnier. He got rid of him, but King came in to make the tackle, and now Ty Williams. Big night for him. 40 metres out from the New South Wales line. Smith, then Thorne, now Thurston, and then back for Flannery. Beats Kamali. And Kamali has to call on the aid of Bailey to help pull him down. But they're just outside the 30-metre line, and here goes the Melbourne Storm dummy half, the number 9, Cameron Smith. Tackled by Fitzgibbon and Hindmarsh. Played back to Thurston. It's gone on to the left foot of Lockyer. He goes very, very high. A test for Minicello. Oh, great take. Wonderful take by the Roosters fullback.
And appreciated by his coach, Ricky Stewart. He knows how difficult they are in the opening minutes of such a game as Queensland force the offence back. And that's been the feature of the opening 4.5 minutes. The dominant defence. Both teams getting 3 and 4 in tackles. There's some more of it.
Riles, having every bone in his body rattled then by Bowman. Hindmarsh met and held by Thorne and by Price, and they go to Kennedy for a short side play. Almost to the 30-metre line. Thorne across with Bowman and Singh. They're the right side defenders. Charged down by Queensland on Kamali's kick. Minicello can't clean it up. Queensland have got the ball. Smith will play it. Penalty. Could have even been a professional foul.
Yeah, Anthony Minicello came in with a flop. Paul Simpkins was very keen to penalise him straight away. Then he played advantage when there was none to the Queensland team. He blew the whistle.
And just Queensland weighing up what to do here. Shot at goal from right in front for an early 2 points, and that's what they will do. Darren Lockyer's made that decision. Cameron Smith is the goal kicker tonight. So Brett Kamali, his last 2 kicks, a chip from dummy half in his own 40-metre zone, and then a charge down. There it was there, and good work in the end by Queensland getting on that football through Cameron Smith.
And Paul, both kicks under pressure for Brett Kamali and coming the wrong side, or the less favoured side for the right foot kick. Brett Kamali would much rather be kicking to the far side of the field. And I think that's why he went for the chip, because he was just a little bit uncomfortable the first time. And then the second time, well, there was just players coming through in numbers.
Well, this is a relatively simple kick, but at this level, Cameron Smith has got something like 62% success ratio. His overall kicking average is 66%. He normally kicks on the right side of the field for Melbourne, and Matt Orford kicks on the left side. When Smith has kicked on the left side, where this kick is, he's kicked only 1 from 6, but it's not a difficult kick. He's only about 10 metres off centre. Smith from Melbourne for first points. Strikes it. It's there. Queensland take the lead. 2-0 at Suncorp Stadium. Andrew.
And Ray, I can tell you from the sideline, we're really feeling the whack of these early tackles. As for conditions tonight, a little bit of dew cover does make things just a little more slippery than you would hope on an Origin night in May in Brisbane. And here's a stat to throw into the mix, Ray. The team that scored the first points in each game last year, what happened? They lost.
Fitzgibbon starts for the Blues again. Dropping it short into Thurston, who goes immediately to Sivan receiver. It's like a big semi-trailer, Petro, tonight. He's taken on a lot of work in the opening minutes. Price ran a Badiris, and Fitzgibbon came in over the top. So 2-0 is the score. 7 minutes of the game gone. Queensland leading. Brad Thorne. I'm just wondering how he will handle the pace of Origin as he revisits the game that he's played on 8 occasions.
And looking for his first win, Ray. Brad Thorne, 8 appearances, yet to taste victory as Steve Price tackled 42 out from his own line on the last. It goes to Jonathan Thurston just inside his own half.
Thurston putting it between Rooney and Minicello, and Rooney is on his way back. Thurston put them all onside and made the tackle.
I like what Jonathan Thurston did then in his debut, kicked the ball and raced down there first. That's a good sign for his coach.
Minicello now, again tackled by Bowman and Seeing. This is Cooper, the Dragon centre, playing the ball just outside the 20-metre line. New South Wales end of the ground. Riles put down right on the 30-metre line. And Thorne again was involved in the tackle with Flannery as they go to the right to Barrett, and Barrett away to Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon making ground in the tackle. Certainly that wouldn't be a dominating tackle. There'd be movement there as it comes away to the left, and Kamali gets a kick away this time, and Slater moves very fast. Slater took it at full gallop, and he's met by Kamali. Brilliant play by both players. 32 metres out from his own line, Slater, who's played 3 Origins and picked up 3 tries, one of them the best ever. Queensland with the ball, just inside their own 40-metre line, and that's Ty Williams with the ball. And Fitzgibbon and Bailey are with him. Almost in the Harvey Norman sign, in fact they are. Carl Webb who scored that great try in 2001 on debut. Petro Sivanasiva takes it ahead. Hindmarsh is there to make the tackle. And they're 42 metres out from the Blues line. Badiris involved as well. Now it's away for Thorne. Short ball passing before the line. Thurston, Lockyer, Bowman. Bowman puts on the right foot step, tries to go inside Cooper, but Cooper hangs on. 25 metres away from the Blues line. Seeing a dummy half. It's gone to Lockyer's left foot. Across they go towards Matt King on the far side. Ball is loose. King has another dip at it. And he comes up with it.
That's great stuff there by Matt King. The high ball, he got it, lost it, and then did well to get back and pick up that football. Now Minicello offloads to Rooney.
So Luke Rooney will play the ball inside his own 20-metre line. That was some kind of an initiation for Matt King, wasn't it? He's got through it. Gasnier away for Kennedy. And Kennedy, a one-hander for Hindmarsh. Hindmarsh with a stampeding run. But Thurston, having a wonderful start, made the tackle. Then Badiris, now Barrett working across the ruck and back to Kamwali and then to Cooper. Cooper away to Rooney. Rooney taken by Singh. Not many tries will come down his side. If they do, I don't think it'll be his fault. Kamwali's kick is high. Slater running across, takes it easily.
Yeah, he's disappointed with that one, Brett Kamwali. You could see his reaction when he realised that he gave Billy Slater a fairly comfortable catch. Brett Kamwali there, well and truly offside.
Kamwali offside.
I don't think he's got any argument there, Noddy. He was 7 metres back at best.
You ready? No.
TAB Sportsbet tonight, just watching it, no arguments at all. Queensland $2, New South Wales $1.70. Kamwali blowing up, but the aerial pictures proves that he had no right to it. That betting turnaround was quite dramatic, actually. Queensland were $1.75 originally, New South Wales $2, and it did a complete dipsy-doodle in betting. Sivanasiva takes it ahead at 2-0 Queensland. 45 metres out from the New South Wales line. Hindmarsh was the tackler. Price just inside the 40-metre line still, with Bailey doing the work over there with Fitzgibbon. Then it's back from Crocker. It's gone back for Berrigan to Lockyer. Lockyer loses the ball. The Blues have got it. They try to turn it around quickly. Cooper is tackled just outside his own 40-metre line by Bowman.
Well, that's the first time they tried something fancy. The Queenslanders didn't come up. I did notice, though, Lockyer made that half break. Billy Slater was right next to him, ready for the football.
Kennedy, he will play the ball. Back to Rooney, and Rooney comes into contact with Bailey. Didn't help matters very much for New South Wales, so Rooney takes the tackle of Flannery, plays it back to Badiris. It's gone to Kamwali and now to Riles. And Jason is taken by Smith head on and again by Flannery. Badiris is a dummy half again inside the 40-metre line. Kamwali gets it away to Barrett, in, out and away. Then to Minicello. Minicello is up towards that 20-metre line. And Anthony will play the ball back to King. King away to Barrett. Barrett, flat pass, put down by Bailey. Queensland ball, Bowman. Now Bowman's hurt. Slater. Tackle. There's Bowman. Singh comes in. And the back trio getting involved to take the ball away. As Price comes up now as the first forward to make a run. Bowman, he looks okay to me, Bowman, in back play. Thorne. And he's met by Barrett and Fitzgibbon on the fourth tackle. Together there was Gasnier, who has to get back into his position because Crocker is trying to go down that side. And Crocker will play the ball 35 metres out from the line. Now to Lockyer. Here comes another bomb. It is, to use a Paul Vortonism, it's a bombathon at the moment. And another beautiful take. Not a lot of pressure from the opposition, but it was a hard ball to take.
He's had a fine start, Anthony Minicello. Probably looked the most dangerous ball runner for New South Wales early on. And the problem for both teams at the moment is they can't get consecutive sets. We haven't seen too many mistakes. We haven't seen a penalty, I don't believe. In fact, there has been one, but so far no team able to build up a lot of pressure because they're not getting a lot of continuous possession.
Bailey, 15 on his own side of halfway. Taken by Flannery and Smith. then to Kamali, now to Riles, and Riles is away from the 40, beating Sivanasiva, thrusting it back for Badiris, then to Kennedy. Here's a chance for the Blues. Rooney with space down the left side, and coming across Thurston makes a great tackle. 20 metres out from the line. Kamali puts a kick in, and it's in the in goal. Will they get it back? Berrigan, in and around behind the uprights. Still going before Kamali makes the tackle.
If he could have slipped it to Billy Slater on the outside, it was closed the gate. Ty Williams now takes the next charge.
Just inside their own 30-metre line. Crocker for Lockyer, and Lockyer for Thurston, and Thurston to Flannery to Bowman. Bowman is met there and gets away from Rooney. A couple of New South Wales tacklers dropped off rather badly in defence, and Kennedy came in with Cooper to make the tackle. Here's Singh, and taken down by Badiris and Riles. Players near the halfway line. Cameron Smith uses the short side. Flannery runs at Kamali, and they're really making the New South Wales number 7 get involved in a lot of tackles. They're running a lot of plays at Kamali. Here's Lockyer taking Slater with him. By Slater. They're 35 out as Lockyer gets it back to Thorne, and Thorne is tackled 22 metres out from the Blues line, taken down by Fitzgibbon and Hindmarsh. Smith goes off to the left side, over to the eastern side, rolls a kick in behind, and they're going to get another set. Taken dead by Minicello.
Yeah, Michael Hagan likes that, because this is the first time that a team gets 6 after 6. And Queensland just starting to find a little bit of space. Billy Slater hoping to get involved. Nathan Hindmarsh read the inside ball beautifully off Darren Lockyer. But so much speed and so much pace up the middle of the ruck. New South Wales can't relax. A little bit of fatigue there now. They're taking their time, and the referee blows time out.
Yeah, after about 16 minutes, fatigue starting to move in. It's been a frenetic pace. The game's starting to warm up, isn't it? It's looking good. Beautiful tackle by Jonathan Thurston, a try saver on Luke Rooney before. One of the great Origin tackles, that was.
Kamali's line dropout marked by Slater, and they go to Sivanasiva again. Sivanasiva put down by Riles and Hindmarsh before they go to Price for another front row play. And Simpson is getting ready off the benches for the Blues as Smith, a dummy half, gives it away to Thorne. Thorne got rid of Kennedy, taken down by Hindmarsh. And play is only 11 metres away from the Blues line. Penalty!
Little hand in there.
Penalty, Queensland! Hand on the ball!
And you would think that they would make it 4-0. And that's a sign that New South Wales just struggling to slow the play the ball down. Steve Simpson, will he come on and go into the front row?
No argument there from Denny Badiris, was there either? No blow-ups. He's been impressive, Brad Thorne. 10 tackles and 6 hit-ups. Good stats. He's used his power at the line well.
And Cameron Smith would be fairly happy that his 2 shots tonight have been
10 metres, boys. Walk
the
back.
accommodating spot. 4-0, not a bad lead early in this game where there's been few chances. I agree with Paul, that tackle from Thurston was outstanding. So too one previously when he got Nathan Hindmarsh.
A lot of defence by the Blues forwards tonight so far, Pete. 18 tackles for Nathan Hindmarsh in, 17 minutes. It's a great effort.
Cameron Smith taking the second penalty shot that he's had tonight from practically right in front. Strikes it, flags up. Queensland lead 4-0 early day. State of Origin 1. A little bit more slowly now. Ball transported back to halfway for the restart. And again for Fitzgibbon for the 3rd time in the game. Back live at Suncorp Stadium here in Brisbane with the home state leading New South Wales 4-0. 2 penalty goals to Cameron Smith as Slater has his legs taken from under him in a good Badiris tackle. Thorne has been quite outstanding. Probably Thurston has had a dream debut, though. He's the one that really has done some wonderful things for a player who must have been feeling the nerves more than most others. Stephen Price plays it on the halfway. Smith away from dummy half, a dubious pick-up, but it was okay. 35 out, they're making meters now. Here's Lockyer, runners, Slater, came off his knees, Ty Williams dives over. This may be a try. I'm not saying it will be, but it might be.
Billy Slater was taken out before it.
There might have been a hand from Billy Slater as well as the knee, even though Queensland celebrating. Nathan Hindmarsh again sweating on Slater at the inside pass. They're going to look at whether the fullback was claimed before he got the football. So we could have try, we could have penalty, or we could have a New South Wales ball. Watch the space open up on the inside of Darren Lockyer. Hindmarsh sees the danger, he senses it. The pass is thrown, no, it's fine. Now, was there a hand there? Because if there's no hand, Ty Williams will claim a try. Again, we'll need to look as to whether he was behind Billy Slater when the ball went forward, and we'll have a look at the hand in the attempted catch.
Well, you wouldn't think it'd come off the hands and go this far, would you? It's come off the knee, but has it touched the hands at all? That's why the ball's gone about 15 metres
You tell me.
in front of him. Well, the only chance, maybe his right hand has flicked the ball, and that would be deemed a knock on. But it's going to be a tough call for the video ref. You'd hate to be him in this job. First state of origin, will it be the first try? What's he thinking? Can he see anything there that we can't?
I hate to say it, Paul. Is this a benefit of the doubt call? We don't see too many of them. I can't say whether he's touched it or not.
I couldn't
Can
either.
you?
I couldn't either. Ref's call. Does it come back to a ref's call? What'll he do? Paul Simpkins.
This is the more decisive shot.
Well, definitely comes off his left knee, but has the right hand actually flicked it as well?
Possibly the right thumb. That's the hand with the sweatband on it. I can't tell.
Are we convinced that Hindmarsh hasn't gone off too early?
Yeah.
No, he's all
he
right.
was trying to make the tackle. That's fine. He's entitled to bring him down once he makes that effort to make the tackle, despite the fact that Slater's lost the football.
Well, they've gone on, Paul. They've gone onto the grounding. They've gone onto the grounding. This is starting to look impressive for Queensland.
Well, I think it should be benefit of the doubt. That was a rule that was brought in. I don't think you could look at that 100 times and you're still not certain.
And the benefit of the doubt is only there to aid the attacking side, which is Queensland in this case. And Graham West has given a try. Video referee, Graham West, in one of the toughest calls that you could imagine. And on debut, Ty Williams does what Carl Webb did in 2001.
And this was set up by the previous plays where Ray pointed out they were starting to get some momentum. There was some space there. You could sense the danger. Billy Slater inside Lockyer. And then a little bit of luck. But I'm happy with the decision. I think if we're going to have benefit of the doubt, that's not a bad application of it.
Yeah, it was always going to be the danger. The other thing, did they check if Ty Williams was onside? I hope they did. I think he was. The inside ball from Lockyer getting on the outside of his man, his opposite, back on the inside to a flying Billy Slater.
I'm not sure whether a 10-0 lead is indicative of what we've seen so far to start this game, but I don't think there's any doubt Queensland have just been the better side. And a better field position. And Cameron Smith, he's loving this. He's about to be 3 from 3.
So the Ty Williams try that they'll be talking about for ages has been converted. 3 kicks, 3 successes, Smith. 1 shot at a try for Ty Williams, and he comes up trumps Andrew Voss.
Well, Ray, I know where they will be talking about the try, and that is Innisfail. You've got the Innisfail double there, off Slater to Ty Williams. This is the kid who back in 2000 scored 43 tries for the Innisfail Leprechauns. First interchanges of the night. Webb on for Thorne, Simpson on for Riles.
Sivanasiva.
That's one movement. I swear.
No rest required for the big fellow at the moment. Webb to the 20-metre line. And piled on by 4 of the New South Wales Wizard Blues. Stephen Price. He and Jonathan Thurston were in the blue and white of Canterbury when they won the premiership last year, even though Price was sitting on the sidelines, injured with the jumper on. Tonight, they combine in the maroon jumper, and they're combining beautifully at the moment. There he is, the warrior. Sivanasiva to play the ball on the halfway line. Out of dummy half, Cameron Smith gets a kick away, and Minicello will bring it back. King going back to help his fullback, who's had to do a lot of work.
Queensland are making the most of everything that's going their way at the moment. They lead the penalties 3-0. Possession is in their favour. 60% of possession they've had. So they're doing everything right, controlling the football.
Fitzgibbon got a ball out the back for Badeiras to take it. Another 10 metres. Welcome to our audiences taking us through Britain, through Sky Sports, New Zealand through Sky Sports, and many other parts of Europe taking this on delay as Barrett turns it in for Kennedy. Played in 10 Origin matches, he's only lost one, Ben Kennedy, in contrast to Brad Thorne. Barrett's kick is high, very high, and Slater, well, he's got a spinnaker full of confidence. Slater plays it now.
There's a lot of faith put in Billy Slater by the selectors. He was on the wing last year. Reece Weston not in bad form for Penrith, and he has lived up to the selectors' expectations tonight so far, Billy Slater. What a danger man he is out there tonight.
Berrigan. Now it's with Thurston, who every time he touches the ball, he promises to make a break. Some repairs back there in the Queensland room. Score is 10-0. The score just down off your screens at the moment. 10-0 to score. A try and 3 goals. A kick by Lockyer, and Minicello again. Diffusing the situation. King.
And New South Wales really struggling to get back. Look, Badeiras, Hindmarsh, Bailey taking 2 tackles to get back in a position to attack. Fitzgibbon now hits it up the side. It's tough to attack when you haven't got any energy, and Queensland have taken plenty out. Here's Bailey hitting it forward, but it's all one-out stuff. It's all tough metres.
Crocker and Lockyer making the tackle in the main.
Andrew Ryan
back to Badeiras.
Sorry, Ray. Andrew Ryan out there now.
And here's Hindmarsh taken down, put down by Flannery on the New South Wales 40-metre line as Kamali again puts in a kick that goes bouncing on down to Slater. Slater's got Singh with him. Singh now, he takes the ball out. 25 metres from the Queensland line. Andrew Ryan making the tackle with Trent Barrett. This is Bowman, met by Hindmarsh and Badeiras. Ty Williams a dummy half. Lockyer turning it back on the inside for Michael Crocker. 8 metres from halfway. 10-0 in favour of Queensland. Price to the halfway line now. And again, 3 of the New South Walesmen, Hindmarsh and Fitzgibbon. Hindmarsh has tackled himself almost to a standstill. Here's Thurston, taken by Bailey. Played on the New South Wales 40-metre line. Carl Webber's with the ball. Now Lockyer's got it. They have a grab at him. The ball is lost by Cameron Smith. It's a knock-on.
Yeah, he's got to be the next interchange player. Nathan Hindmarsh is physically spent out there. As soon as that mistake was made, there you can see the trainer coming out. He is gone.
Well, he's made 31 tackles, Pete, in what, 25 minutes? That's just about a world record. No wonder he's tired. And you can see the game just starting to open up. A lot more players getting to the line, and the tackle not being put on the deck. They're able to offload. Rooney tries to get through. That's a good tackle over the top by Webb.
40-metre line. Queensland's end of the ground. Kamali, inside ball for Simpson. And the Newcastle Knights plays the ball. They go back to the short side before going back across the ruck to the open. Hindmarsh is with the ball, and he spins away from a tackle, but eventually is claimed by Crocker. 30 metres out from the line. Kamali, grubbers for Matt King to go after it, but the ball goes in touch in goal. Back for a 20-metre restart for the Maroons, who lead 10-0. Ben Ross is on for Queensland. Celebrated his 25th birthday on Monday. Carl Webb, 40-metre line, Queensland's end.
And Casey Maguire out there now in jersey number 16. He was the call-up for the injured Tony Carroll.
And in a situation like this, Pete, good tackle there on Flannery, high. He's a player who can do something.
Oh, hang on.
Tired players.
Hang on, we've got Carl Webb. Did not like the tackle of Luke Bailey up high on Chris Flannery. And Webb has raced a long way to get involved in this.
So, it's Webb and Bailey in the middle of all of that.
There's no doubt Bailey went high on Chris Flannery, but it was going to be play on until Webb got involved in proceedings.
Separate.
Oh, well, there's very little in that. It's come off the back of Danny Medeiros. I don't think Chris Flannery was too perturbed, and there comes Carl Webb.
Well, if New South Wales get a penalty here, this is a very bad blue by Queensland by Webb.
Well, you know the trend with referees. Let's stay with him.
He starts a fight, the penalty goes against him.
Yeah, they have got the penalty, and I was about to say, Paul, that's the trend. If you come from not involved to get involved, as the sheriff, if you like, you're the one that's going to give the penalty.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that was silly of Carl Webb. These sort of penalties in this situation, this could be a turning point in this half. New South Wales now have the football, 6 tackles, only 35 metres out.
Look, you look after your mate in this game, but he wasn't in any trouble. Chris Flannery, big tackle there. Webb, and he's taking on with... Well, that's silly.
This is Webb again on Bailey.
Hold it. Hold. Walk away, Luke. Go away. You've got everything to lose. Walk away.
It's a dominant tackle, okay?
Exactly. Dominant tackle. He's on the ground. Then he uses the forearm down onto his head. He either settles it down or he can cool down. Okay?
That's good refereeing. Just settle things down. Carl Webb, I don't think he's got too much of an argument there. There's Bailey. He doesn't mind taking forward. Webb comes up. Oh, great shot. And cleaned up the football, but he's lost it. No, he'll get the penalty. And it's on again.
He's held. He's held. Player's held, then you rake it.
Well, he's gone from villain to hero, from hero to villain.
That's the way to do it, Carl. Get that India. Great state of origin tackle.
Well, that was the penalty. He came up with a beauty. Here's Ross.
So Ben Ross plays the ball just inside the Blues' 40-metre line. Steve Price, 30 metres out now. 20 metres in from touch, eastern side. They go back there. Crocker, 22 metres out, held by Fitzgibbon. Smith, Thurston, Lockyer dummies behind Flannery. Goes back to Slater. Casey Maguire, grabbed by the scruff of the neck by Kamali. Flannery a dummy half. Now for Price. And he angles across the 20-metre line where Fitzgibbon is there making the tackle with Steve Simpson. There's not a lot of venom in the New South Wales defence. As Peter said, they're so drained. A kick by Lockyer turns them around. It came off Rooney. It'll be a line drop out.
And that was a great chase. Queenslanders are full of running, no doubt about it. They've got plenty of petrol left in their tank. And once again, New South Wales had to turn and chase.
10-0 the score at Suncorp. Taken by Kamali. Thurston marking it. Thorne taking it back.
Marcus square.
Simpson goes in.
Here it is, Danny. Hold.
We're back live on the second tackle from the dropout. Flannery for Queensland playing the ball. 25 metres out from the line. Smith away to Webb. And where's Bailey?
Let him go.
Played there, just outside the 10-metre line. Long ball to Thurston, short ball to Ross. And Ross runs at Simpson. But the big Penrith front row forward will play the ball. 3 metres from the line. From Smith to Thurston. Thurston to Lockyer. Cuts out Crocker. Goes to Slater. The kick has been taken into touch in goal by Minicello. Queensland get another back-to-back set.
Yeah, the number ones have been wonderful for their respective teams tonight. This is Queensland at their best. They are grinding the opposition. New South Wales have been forced to make all 4 interchange players off the bench in the first 27 minutes, and they are slowing this restart down. They are tired.
He's good, that bloke there, isn't he, Minicello? He's everywhere tonight. High balls, low balls, he's got them all.
Kamali, it's not a flash dropout, and it's taken in by Carl Webb. Playing the ball 20 metres out from the line, over to Thurston, and now for Thorne. And Thorne is held by Andrew Ryan and Craig Fitzgibbon. Also there was Craig Wing, who's on now. Smith, dummies. And maybe he thought he had created an obstruction.
The referee said no advantage to New South Wales. That's why there was no penalty.
So it's away to Thurston.
Queensland, sorry.
Now to Lockyer. Now to Webb. Oh, he's dangerous from that proximity.
He's added some interest, Carl Webb, hasn't he?
10 metres out from the line. 5 metres in from the western touchline. Maguire to Lockyer to Thurston. Thurston dances away and is eventually taken by Barrett. But they're still only 16 metres out. He's injured.
Yes, swinging arm here from Trent Barrett. This will be penalised after it's looked at. This is a frustration.
Yeah, he swung him to the deck, and then what's the big round arm? Wuskar. Once again, this will be another gift, 2 points.
Well, will they be tempted to go for more? They might feel as though 16 is not beyond them with the trend of the game. 8 minutes out. No, they've gone for a lead of 2 converted tries. Andrew Voss, got an update on Paul Bowman?
Yeah, it's the only problem with the Queensland side at the moment, Paul Bowman. You may remember, copped a head knock in the first 5 minutes, was struggling with blurred vision from that point on, so it forced Michael Hagan's hand. He had to send Casey Maguire out there. He's been a Mr. Fix-It man for the Broncos in the past, and that's the way he's going to be for Queensland tonight. He's out at right centre.
I know we've got a long way to go, but this wouldn't be a bad first victory for Michael Hagan tonight, would it? For 2005.
First of the year.
Yeah.
He could use a confidence builder. It is a long way out though, Pete. New South Wales, they've probably only had 3 or 4 tackles down in the opposing 20-metre zone. They need some football down there, and we know how dangerous they can be.
Familiar face, I'm sure I spotted behind Michael Hagan, that of John Money. Sitting, riding the game out with the Queensland coach Michael Hagan. Cameron Smith, this is his first kick from his pet side. Flags go up. He's having a lovely night, the boy from Melbourne. It is 12-0 Queensland.
Well, it's been a fantastic first half of rugby league. The game just started to open up as players get tired, but on come the fresh reserves. Ben Ross is doing well since he's been out there. Some massive work rates. Craig Fitzgibbon, 26 tackles. Hindmarsh, 33. The forwards are all looking a little bit tired, and this is where even in the last 6 minutes, players like Thurston, Slater, Minicello, they come to the fore, they look for a gap, and away they go.
What a valuable player, Casey Maguire. Andrew pointed out he's come on for Paul Bowman. You slot him in anywhere, he'll get a job done. He's in the centre, the right centre position.
So Queensland back on their own 10-metre line now, with Ross having played the ball, and Thorne takes it out to the 20-metre line. Put down by Fitzgibbon and Wing, and here's Crocker. Tackled by his Roosters teammate, Craig Wing, that time with Steve Simpson. Back now for Lockyer, and he goes over to Webb, and Webb is able to beat the tackle of Kamali. The ball goes ricocheting across to Matt Singh. He plays it back. Cameron Smith gets it away, and this is the number 14 for Queensland, Ben Ross, playing in his 4th Origin match. He plays it on the 40-metre line almost, and then to Thurston. Kick has been touched in flight. New South Wales as Cooper goes back to clean it up, and Matt Singh is down there to pick him up. Rooney. Eventually they bring him down. Maguire it was, the chief tackler, with Flannery. Now Anthony Watmoe. The 21-year-old from Manly is out there on debut. Minicello, Fitzgibbon, Minicello. They've created space on the other side. But Minicello opted to go himself rather than to use Gasnier, who passes from dummy half. to Barrett to Fitzgibbon. Up the middle they go to King. 12 metres away from the Maroons line. This is the last. Barrett. There's the kick from Barrett. Cooper will fly high. Ball loose. Back. Queensland have given a penalty. Casey Maguire's been ruled offside.
So this will be back-to-back sets for New South Wales. It's what they need. Brett Kimmorley walking around. Settle it down, boys. Let's go. Let's think about what we're going to do. Craig Wing, very good at this end of the ground as well. There's a lot better set of 6 there by the Blues.
Kimmorley there. Jason Riles in front of the uprights. 9 metres out from the Queensland line. Wing. Barrett is with the ball. Now Minicello. Held it back a little bit for Gaznia. And Gaznia will play the ball. 7 metres out from the corner post. Eastern side, Minicello, Fitzgibbon, and driven down in solid defence. Smith and Thorne played back for Craig Wing. Kimmorley back. Second man play for Barrett. Barrett struggles for the line. Wing to the right they go to Kimmorley. Kicks across towards King and Gaznia. The bat down from Gaznia is taken by Queensland.
Clever Darren Lockyer. He knew that the play would be to bat the ball down. He got in a position to be the man to take it. First real test for Queensland on their own line, and they handle it fairly comfortably.
This is Brad Thorne now, 30 metres away from his own line. So New South Wales have really only visited down there on the one occasion. Queensland able to repel them and cling to this 12-0 lead. One try, and there's a kick that's going to wind the clock down in towards half-time. 20-metre line, New South Wales' end of the ground.
It's been good. They've played well, Queensland. Played almost the perfect half of Origin football. But New South Wales supporters, don't tear up your briefs. They'll come back. Don't worry about that. They just need some football. They'll get that the second half. I'd like to see them run the ball a bit more. I mean, players that we expected to figure like Gaznia and Cooper haven't seen any football. I think we'll see them fire up in the second half.
This is King. And it's come across through Barrett to Cooper on the left side for the New South Wales attack, and the ball goes forward off Minicello, and he's going to put a scrum down just inside the New South Wales 40-metre line. 12-0 the score. This is what happened. Cooper endeavouring to get it to Minicello, and it came off him, travelled forward. He allowed the game to go, looking for an advantage for Queensland. So we go back to the scrum. 20 metres in from the western touchline on the 40-metre line. Blues end of the puck. And Thurston goes to Lockyer. The Queensland backline was standing up very flat. I thought for a moment they might have been going to kick on the first tackle. And this is Crocker with the ball. Held there by Barrett, the number 6. 25 away from the Blues line. Thorne and Fitzgibbon and Ryan combined with Craig Wing to put him down. There's some more points in the half for Queensland. Thurston for Webb off his right foot, and they go after him and pull him down. Watmo in 17, the chief tackler, together with Riles and Simpson. Then from Smith, he's going to take a drop goal. Lockyer puts his foot to the ball. Simpkins likes it, and it's a further point to the Queensland total. 13-0. Coming up to half-time in 30 seconds. That's the shot. All the time in the world. Darren Lockyer adds a further point and takes them beyond 2 converted tries in front. Another angle on it. Beautiful kick. With half-time now just 10 seconds away. And at half-time, Billy Slater will be seen on player cam, plus our panel of experts. Peter Sterling, Paul Vorton, Phil Gould, Andrew Johns, and your chance to win $5,000. Hooter in the background. Queensland bring the kick-off back, and that's where we end the first 40 minutes of Origin 1 for 2005. Queensland getting a standing ovation. They came into the game as outsiders. They go in at the break, 13-0 in front. And welcome back to Suncorp Stadium. Second half of game one in the Origin series for 2005 about to happen, with New South Wales all the work to do. They're down 13-0. A drop goal just in front of half-time for Darren Lockyer. Ty Williams, the only try scorer. Andrew Voss is standing by on the sideline with Brad Fittler.
And Ray, second year in a row that Queensland have kept New South Wales scoreless in the first half of the opening Origin match. Brad Fittler, what do you sense happening in this second half?
The New South Wales forwards, they've got to get some authority. We've got all this speed and all this skill. We're just not going to get any of it out there unless we start going forward and start getting some real. Our props have got to get into them.
And the blokes on debut, Jonathan Thurston, very impressive tonight for Queensland.
He's been outstanding. He's played second fiddle to Darren Lockyer, which everyone does on that side. And his kicking game's just been precise. He's jumped in when he's had to. Outstanding debut.
Back to you, Ray.
Yeah, Brad Fittler with Andrew Voss on the sideline, and there's Coach Ricky Stewart just giving the boys his final words of advice. Played in 14 Origins, the coach, Ricky. He's won the grand final as a player 3 times, as a coach once. In fact, he's only the 3rd former Origin player to coach the Blues. And while he's got them in that congregation around him, Michael Hagan has got his players very much on the move in the Queensland dressing room. Tackle count, the boys spoke about it. It's almost 100% more tackles made by the Blues. That has to turn around. The 60-40 possession has to turn around if they are to get back in this game.
Brad Fittler's exactly right, Ray. The forwards have got to set something up. We haven't seen anything of Mark Gasnier or Matt Cooper tonight. We thought that they may well be the aces in the pack. But Queensland, they're doing everything right, as Paul Borton pointed out. It's easy to say it from up here in the stands. They've got to do this and they've got to do that.
It's also, Peter, something you said in commentary. It's very hard to attack if you've been drained with so much defence.
Well, we saw the main statistic at half-time was that time in possession. Now, in a game like this, New South Wales will be of the belief that in the second 40 minutes, they will have the better of that. That's the way games tend to go. If you're down first half, you tend to get that back second half, and they are still close enough. 13 points, not that much. Although in Origin, points don't come as easy as they do on a weekend.
An amazing debut for Jonathan Thurston. There's the second half roar for them. They can smell victory. They're playing like winners. And the crowd here, they love them. What a half for Carl Webb. Attention there for the New South Wales captain.
Unfortunately, New South Wales very well served with Craig Wing out there, but it's still a worrying sign for Danny Medeiros. He's the captain. He'll be looking to lead his side as Paul Bowman back on the bench here, just giving his neck a little bit of a workout. Second half underway, Cameron Smith.
So Queensland running towards the Caxton Street end of the ground, and Simpson comes back at them with renewed venom. Now Wing is out and away to the 30-metre line on tackle 2. Taken by Singh down that right side. It's a very, very good start for the New South Wales side on this very first set. They're down 45 metres away from the Queensland line on the 4th tackle. So Kamali now to Barrett. Barrett gets across the 40-metre line before Crocker's tackle became evident. Then Wing, now for Kamali. And he puts it across the ground. Matt Singh not given a difficult job over there. Watmo making the tackle together with Cooper. Here's Flannery to the 20-metre line, his own end of the ground. Matt Singh on camera. Nothing getting through him. In fact, there's nothing getting through anywhere. Brad Thorne, Carl Webb. Running at Fitzgibbon and Wing in 14, Fitzgibbon in 12. Play back for Cameron Smith. This is Ben Ross. Running into a brick-like defence there from Riles and Fitzgibbon. Now Cameron Smith. Back and over to the left foot kick of Darren Lockyer. Ball bouncing. And eventually it goes over the in-touch in-goal line, so it'll come back to the 20-metre line for the restart for the Blues.
One offside.
Craig Wing deputising for Danny Badiris at the moment. King is the dummy half. He'll take a run. The big centre or winger from Melbourne. They're good metres. Lockyer involved with Crocker and Smith. Now Gasnier, and this is Fitzgibbon. Lays it back. Gasnier over the halfway line. Third tackle there now. Bad play the ball by Gasnier. Wing finds Barrett. Barrett runs across the ground, and then Kamali. 35 metres away from the Queensland line. Wing to the 30. Barrett, inside ball. Minicello. Back to Wing. Now to Kamali. Kamali away to Fitzgibbon. Run around for Kamali. Inside run Gasnier. Not held. Stands and offloads. Queensland meet them on the line. And eventually it is Simpson who will play the ball. Play back to Wing. For Barrett to kick. They're gone to Matt Singh's wing. And Rooney's got the ball, but I think he's held up.
Yeah, they'll check it. They'll check it on the last tackle. There's the man who has picked his game up already, is Trent Barrett. He's run the ball 3 times in that set of 6. And then the bomb for Luke Rooney. It came down in the field of play.
I think he got the ball over the line eventually, but it took a long time and maybe too long. No drama with the chase on the far side. All the outside men behind the 20-metre line. Rooney very good in the air, up against Matt Singh. As Matt Singh denied New South Wales another try, as he has done so often. The ball still going towards the line. Luke Rooney gets it down.
I've got to say, I think it's short. I don't think he got to the line myself.
You can see there's Jonathan Thurston there, Casey Maguire on the far side, Matty Singh underneath. Rooney grabs the football. He comes down short. Anything about coming down short? I don't know whether the ball actually hit the ground.
Well, Anthony Watmoe went up just behind him. He might have seen the ball hit the chalk. Thurston is there. Singh is there.
So it's not on the ground as yet.
Well, I haven't seen an angle yet would suggest a try or a non-try, to be honest.
Well, this is the video referee who wants to have a look at these different angles. I would not be surprised if it comes down a ref's call.
So Luke Rooney waiting for a decision from Graham West. And it's a ref's call, and he's said held up. Paul Simpkins ruling held up.
And it was on the last tackle, so it's the changeover. The restart for Queensland with a play the ball on the 10-metre line.
This is Ben Ross with the ball. 12 metres out from his own line. Play back for Smith, and then to Webb, and then for Thorne. And the Blues converge and force him back. Fitzgibbon and Ryan together with Wing. Ball goes over to Carl Webb. And Webb is met in a 3-man Blues tackle. Got the ball away. Cameron Smith scoots up the middle. Simpson and Wing making the tackle. 35 metres out from the Maroons line. They lead 13-0 as Flannery tries to make a break just on the edge of the ruck. 4th tackle down, and we're about 4 minutes into the second half as it comes away from the boot of Lockyer, and it's sailing down behind Minicello. stopping and sitting up for the New South Wales full-backs. Lockyer leading the chase down the ground and then making the tackle with the assistance of Brad Thorne. Here's Rooney, and again it's Thorne who makes the tackle, and that is the 20-metre line, the Blues end of the park. Now Cooper, he comes away. Andrew Voss down on the sideline.
And we're told that Paul Bowman has been given the all-clear to return in this second half as the Blues come up with an error just outside their 30 field position. The key from Michael Hagan and from Ricky Stewart. We get a bit of ball. We're not playing the scoreboard. No injuries in the Blues camp.
And Matt Bowen, a shot of him on the bench, is the only bench player yet to be used. Now it is with Thorne. Queensland again with a great opportunity. 15 away from the Blues line. Smith on to Lockyer. Lockyer back on the inside for Thurston, but he's wrapped up ball and all there by Craig Wing. Smith, here's the call from Lockyer. Goes to his captain, and then it goes over to Berrigan, and Berrigan, well, he certainly brought King in off his wing. He had to take the odds to it, King, and he did the right thing. Here's Webb, and Webb is just inside the Blues 10-metre line. Fourth tackle. So here's the last now as it comes away from Berrigan. Then to Lockyer. Little stabbing kick. Met, anticipated by Kamali. Played back for Andrew Ryan, who's held by the Queensland defence. They surge in, making ground without the football. That's Watmough. And again, they're in there in big numbers, completing the tackle, making the tackle dominant, slowing down the play of the ball. This is Minicello.
Well, you've got to get bodies in motion if you're getting pounded like this. You've got to take some heat off the ball carrier by going down the other side of the ruck so that the defence can't rush up and dominate. That's the last tackle. They picked up 25 metres.
Kamali to clear. It's going down to Ty Williams, who scored the only try in the game at the 20th minute. Controversial as it was, Fitzgibbon makes the tackle, the tireless Craig Fitzgibbon. Now Matt Singh from his right wing, operating on the left of the ground, almost on the halfway line. Cameron Smith using Berrigan. Berrigan, 7 or 8 metres into the Blues half of play now. Taken down by Craig Wing. Smith gets the ball away flat to Ross, and Ross charging and carrying them up inside the 30-metre line. Fourth tackle gone for Queensland as it goes to their playmaker. Lockyer turns it back. Webb, Slater, Thurston! Thurston, ball on the ground, loose. What does Simpkins say? Did he say play on? Play on, he did. And it's away to Flannery.
And it's 6 more tackles, Rabs.
Flannery held by Cooper. New South Wales really stretched now to the limit. Thorne, 9 metres away, right in front of the uprights. Cameron Smith, out he goes, takes them on. Minicello and Fitzgibbon make the tackle. Danger for the Blues. It comes away from Slater to Lockyer. Lockyer to Thurston. Thurston gets it back. Casey Maguire plays the ball. Thurston again. Lockyer again. Now Webb. And Barrett hangs on. Together there with Simpson and Fitzgibbon. They'll be lucky to get out of this one, the Blues. Here's Lockyer. Crocker. He's over Michael. Michael Crocker scores. He's playing in his 5th Origin. That's his 3rd Origin try. Taking Queensland to 17-0. We'll take a break and be back for the kick in just a moment.
Try to Michael Crocker, if we welcome you back live to Suncorp Stadium, 17 points to 0. On the Bundy Telestrator, as we freeze it there, just look at this nice move here by the try scorer, Crocker. He'll come back into that hole as play continues and puts a good move on Mark Gasnier. It's a build-up of pressure. Jason Riles 5 minutes ago dropped the football, a simple drop ball, and in that time Queensland have stayed at this end of the field. Crocker, who hasn't played a lot of club football this year, gets across. And Cameron Smith looking to keep his record 100% tonight.
4 from 4 for Cameron Smith. And he's kept the record clean. 5 from 5 for Cameron Smith.
Yes, great work by Michael Crocker. He found the hole and just ran to it. He knew that Lockie would find him, put the ball right on his chest. Great stuff. See Crocker change angles? That's great stuff. I spoke to Gene Miles about Michael Crocker the other day. Of course, Gino's now a Queensland selector. I said, mate, he's only played 3 games. He said, yeah, he has, but the rest of the players love to play with him. He's a tough man. They love to be inside or outside of him, and he's paid dividends tonight, Michael Crocker.
So here's Flannery, the ball carrier. The gap is getting bigger. Crocker, number 11, celebrates his 3rd Origin try. Did he lose the ball, Webb? Simpkins said he did. Chance here for the Blues. If they're going to get back, now comes the time.
He's had an unusual night, Carl Webb, but it's tough, isn't it? You lose Gordon Tallis and you resurrect a guy like Carl Webb, who's been tough in everything he's done, giving away a couple of silly penalties. But he's done some good stuff. Kamali onto Barrett. Minicello straightens up, loses his footing.
So Minicello in front of the uprights. That's the 20-metre line. Here's Bailey. Bang down over the top by Thorne. His stamina doesn't look like wilting. Kamali away for Fitzgibbon. A big fend. Then looks for an offload. He can't get rid of it. Good tackle, persistent tackle by Berrigan. Then it comes on. Kamali second man. Minicello driven back. Good tackle, Flannery. On his clubmate. They keep going left with this wrap. Now it's Barrett. Here is Cooper. Here's a try. Rooney. Rooney has scored for the Blues. No video referee. He points to the spot. 19-4. We'll come back for the kick in a moment. Overseas networks taking our telecast. Is this the start? Is this the resurgence? Are they coming back? It had to be then. It really did. The chances are limited. They had to grab that one, and they did. It seems like only seconds ago Rooney was denied a try. This one has been given. 19-4.
Yes, great work from Luke Rooney, and it's, as we freeze it there, it's the quality of the pass from this man Barrett to get this player on the outside of his defender, and that's the defender who'll come across. As play continues, Barrett throws the ball out in front. He gets on the outside of Maguire. That gets Matt Singh interested, and it leaves Luke Rooney a narrow but a straight run to the line. Fitzgibbon, that's the assignment.
83% success rate from the sideline. 22 metres out, and he's missed it. It's a wonder that he had enough stamina to lift his leg to kick it. Andrew Voss sideline.
And it's a 3rd straight Origin that Luke Rooney has come up with an Origin try. He really is a marvellous finisher, isn't he? We saw his great qualities on the Tri Nations Tour, Australia against Great Britain and New Zealand at the end of last year. He is a class finisher, Luke Rooney.
One today, 2 previous Origin tries. The kickoff tantalisingly close to the eastern touchline. Bailey is under that Maroons tackle, which has been incessant. It has been aggressive, and there's been plenty of numbers. Kennedy on the benches, played back to wing, now with Andrew Ryan. To the 30-metre line, his own end of the park.
I don't think it'll be too long before Ricky Stewart gets both Nathan Hindmarsh and Bennett Kennedy back into the action. They're players who can do something with the football. They'll be fresh. I could see them going the last half hour trying to get New South Wales back into this.
Now Riles taking it to the halfway line.
5 last. Move.
5 and last is the call as it goes from wing. Kumorley puts the kick down the ground. It bounces to Matt Singh. Comes outside the 20, does a little dance and then gets it away to Slater. But Wing is there to make the tackle. Then it's gone with Singh again from dummy half. So the fullback and the winger, they combine, and now they combine with the centre. Berrigan gets the ball away. Cameron Smith is there, lurking, putting his hand up for work and takes the tackle. A couple of metres on the Queensland side of halfway. Played back to Williams, it's gone to Sivanasiva now. And he's met there by Ben Kennedy and pulled to ground.
Paul Bowman back into the action. You saw him take the field. Chris Flannery, the man off. As Price inside the 40.
35 metres to be exact out from the New South Wales line. Away from Maguire at dummy half to Thurston to Lockyer. Lockyer keeps it low. Berrigan's flying. Minicello. Will he get back? Minicello. They've got him well and truly tied up. Berrigan and Williams. Lockyer putting perfect weight on it.
Yeah, perfect kick. Great chase. The boys whistle up. They look on.
And that kick, if you had a look at the reaction of the New South Wales player when they saw Anthony Minicello kept in the in-goal area, their heads went down, the shoulders slumped. It's had an effect. And now Darren Lockyer will look to engineer something again. There's Watmo. A pretty good debut. He won't be happy with the scoreline, but he's done plenty of work. Kumorley, not a great restart.
It is with Maguire, who's held over there by Kennedy and Ryan and Rooney. And the referee calling held as New South Wales were gaining ground again without the football. Here's Sivanasiva, as he so often does. He turns himself side on, but he makes a very hard target to stop. Here's Price! 9 metres from the line. Fitzgibbon the tackler. Smith for Lockyer. Lockyer inside for Berrigan. And Berrigan runs into Fitzgibbon and wing. Kumorley calling for troops on the left side. Slater, long ball, he goes that way. Lockyer, little kick. Rooney will clean it up. Rooney marking it in goal, 20-metre restart.
Oh, gee, I wonder whether he jumped from the field to play there, Luke Rooney. Let's have a look where he leaves the ground. Oh, no, he had 1 foot in there.
So the Blues denying Queensland what probably would have been the sealer. They, if they can be the next to score, have got a football match still to be won. Bowen is on.
He's on the right wing. But he'll come looking for it.
Bailey, 42 metres out, the Dragon. Wing at dummy half. Now it is Barrett inside, Minicello. Oh, Crocker over the top. Heavy work on Minicello. Barrett.
Forward pass. When you're looking for that, the New South Wales side, you're thinking who's going to inspire them? Who's going to do something special to help them on their way? That is the man, Trent Barrett. Whenever he's got his hands on the football, something happens. Little inside ball and Minicello then made some ground, nearly got through. Just keep following Trent Barrett. That's their best hope.
Andrew Voss sideline.
Yeah, it's a bit deceptive with Matt Bowen. You saw the shot of him standing out at right wing, but he has actually come on for Cameron Smith, and he's about to get straight into dummy half now. They've just got him defending out on the wing, pushing Matt Singh into the centres.
So here's Bowen with Sivanasiva taking the first play. 35 out from the Queensland line. Thorne, he'll just wait, he'll probe. He'll wait for his chance to explode out of here.
That's very astute coaching from Michael Hagan. This is where Bowen's at his best, in the middle of the ruck. But you don't want him doing heavy defence, so get him out of the way and bring him in when you've got the football.
Price plays the ball, Bowen passes. Thurston catches and gives it. Lockyer pushes it over to Bowman. Bowman just about 42, 43 metres out from the Blues line. Held over there by Cooper and Kennedy. Then Thurston now for Price. And Price puts a fend on wing, who comes again with Ryan. Bowen away for Lockyer. And he puts a left foot kick back into the middle. The bounce is important. Kumorley is there. Now Minicello, but Slater makes the tackle. One-on-one. You don't see that often, do you? The fullback on the fullback. King. Nice work by Slater again. Gasnier taken by Crocker and Berrigan. King into dummy half. Bailey has called it. Bailey with it. And he's met by Maguire up the top and Sibonasiva underneath. 20-metre line, New South Wales end, and Carl Webb is about to have another taste. Will he have the impact he had the first time round? Kennedy plays the ball, wing to Kamali. The kick is there for Minicello to pursue, but Ty Williams is after it. He's got plenty of time. Takes it, runs back towards Billy Slater, throws him a dummy, and then is taken down by Dan Medeiros.
He was out there along with Craig Wing. Craig Wing has been dummy half most of the time, so Medeiros used as something of a running forward as well. And Matty Singh comes looking from the far wing to get involved. Fairly high from Bailey and Riles. Play on.
Bowen, dummy half, goes for a few paces before giving it to Webb. And Webb is held by Medeiros and Kamali and Bailey. 40-metre line, Queensland into the ground. It is 19-4 in favour of the Queenslanders. Sibonasiva right on halfway. Brad Thorne has played so well tonight. And here's Lockyer putting it back over towards Luke Rooney. Rooney on the bounce, outside the 10, runs through Thurston, but now he's tackled just outside the 20-metre line.
A nice return there from Luke Rooney. Brad Thorne has played well tonight, but what an effort from the starting front rowers. Sibonasiva and Steve Price have been relentless.
Play by Cooper. Barrett punching it along the line for King. Maroon jumpers everywhere. Berrigan, Williams, Lockyer, 30 out. Barrett, inside ball. Hindmarsh, up the middle comes Minicello. Minicello's into space. He's got support. The Blues are on their way. It's the comeback. Gasnier scores. New South Wales, their second try of the night.
And Minicello, the man. The legs keep pumping. From the opening minutes, he's looked like the man most likely to break this Queensland defence.
19 away to break, and then we're back. Well, this is getting tenser by the moment.
Yeah, back live at Suncorp. 19 points to 8 now. Great try to the Blues. They're not going down without a fight. A little bit more possession. Trent Barrett, the man, inside ball. Hindmarsh. That's a great pickup play. And look at Minicello bursting through some tired defence. And then easy for Gasnier on the outside. He's got the speed. He can do it. New South Wales 19-8 back into it. Need this kick to go over.
Kamali just missing. Andrew sideline.
Oh boy, what a miss. Brett Kamali hasn't practiced his kicking this year with Cronulla because they've got Luke Cavell there and it's hurt just then. Now listen, just on the Queensland bench, Phil Gould spoke before the match about anticipation. Well, you get the feeling perhaps Michael Hagan anticipated his side was tiring. He made 5 changes inside the space of 7 minutes. He's about to make his 6th in a short space of time. He's anticipating perhaps that his side, he's seeing signs that his side is tiring.
Bull Bailey, 12 out from his line. Hindmarsh with the second play to the 20-metre line at 19-8. Kennedy. Medeiros taken by Bowman. Thurston as well involved. Wing, back and across. Kennedy. Hand down to Hindmarsh. Struggling with Thurston. Got it away to Cooper. Tackled by Bowen. Play back to Wing. Now to Kamali. Kamali's kick down to Ty Williams. Forced to play the ball and bring it back. And King is there with Gasnier to make the tackle. Slater a dummy half. Berrigan met by Bailey and Riles. 19-8. Almost 64 minutes of the game gone. Thurston, Kennedy and Badiris making the tackle. Now Lockyer to Flannery. 19 metres away from their own line, the Maroons.
He might have been spot on, Andrew, if I see it. This is Matt Bowen out of dummy half. That's 5 tackles. They didn't pick up many metres, and some of the forwards were slow coming back after the kick from New South Wales. Lockyer, he gets a beauty away towards the sideline.
Minicello urgently across, outside the 30-metre line now. Taken there by Flannery in 13. Bowman, the other tackler in that confrontation. Now Rooney. Still they got 3s in the tackle. Price, Webb, Sivanasiva. Now Barrett goes back and picks up Wing. Craig Wing. Tackle just short of halfway. One-handed pick up by Badiris. Dummies on the inside. Takes the tackle, and that was a hard tackle from Crocker. Play back to Wing. Bailey's with the ball. Bailey looking to unload, looking to make metres. Fifth tackle, 33 metres out. Here's Barrett. Puts the kick high, but it's come off the edge of the boot. Taken by King. And that will be a turnover to Queensland just inside their own 30-metre line.
And the Queenslanders giving Ty Williams a wrap out there. He didn't have to go up for that football. He just knew that Matt King caught it. He was there to do the job, put him in to touch. Since that try, though, the Blues have lifted. They have lifted, and you'd sense just a slight change in demeanour between the two sides. Queensland maybe slackening off. They need to finish hard. They want to take this game.
They did make that 6th interchange, and that was 6 in 10 minutes.
Here's Bowen to Stephen Price now, who's held by 3 of the Blues. Kennedy, one of them. Badiris, another. Bowen for Lockyer. Now for Crocker. Running at Gasnier. Gasnier and Barrett making the tackle. From Berrigan to Lockyer. From Lockyer to Thurston. From him to Flannery. And Flannery makes a half break. Thurston running into traffic. Gets it away to Bowen. Bowen taken by Cooper and by Kamali. New South Wales stretched again. The boot of Lockyer. Up goes Big King, and he takes it magnificently.
Oh, that's great stuff by Matt King and his debut match. Brilliant stuff. He's been strong all night. Matt King, Denny Badiris urgently getting on with things. Referee not happy with that. Riles now. How far can he go? About 7 metres.
Bailey, a new lease of life, seems to have swept over the New South Wales players. Hindmarsh held on about the halfway mark.
Jason Riles replaced now Craig Fitzgibbon back into the action. That means they've got their first string goal kicker out there for the remainder of this match. Kamali, flat pass, finds Kennedy.
Kennedy then, with the ball out in 2 hands, showing it, then tries to beat them. Held by Lockyer. Here's Gasnier from dummy half. Kamali, short ball for Wing. Wing halfway through, but Thurston, Sivanasiva and Flannery shut the gate. Now it's Kamali, cuts out, it's gone out to Cooper. He puts a kick in, back into the middle. It's loose, it's a try. It's Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon has scored. Third try of the night for the Blues. It's a sensational comeback. 19-12. We'll take a break and back in a moment.
interchange by Ricky Stewart. Craig Fitzgibbon on, almost his first touch. And he gets New South Wales right back into this one and looking to improve on that. He is their best goal kicker. They back him in. Slides it through. We've got a finish coming up now.
It is 19-14. Queensland leading. Andrew Voss sideline.
How good is Origin footy, Ray? It can deliver, can't it? In more than half of the Origin series opener, going all the way back to when we started playing three-match series in 82. They've been decided by a converted try or less. That's going to be the story tonight. Stand by. This is the grandstand finish. Have a go at Ricky Stewart.
So Queensland restarting again. It's 3 tries to 2 in favour of New South Wales now. Can you believe it?
Well,
the
what
boot
about
of Cameron Smith, the difference really.
Luke Bailey? You see that for a run. This is the time, 10 minutes ago, where all 26 players out there have got to lift. They've got to find reserves of energy they haven't got. They've got to find it from somewhere and finish it off. What a finish we're up for.
Fitzgibbon, 25 away from his own line, tackled by Price and Flannery. Wing, dummies, gets away from Crocker's tackle, can't unload. Pulled down on the 40-metre line. Pulled down by Berrigan. Now Badeiras looking for penalty. To Barrett, to Gasnier. Here's King. King down the right side. Throws the ball inside. They're in again, the Blues. Danny Badeiras. Danny Badeiras scores his first Origin try. Badeiras is over. The captain, playing in his 10th Origin, scores his first try.
Well, what a change in this game. In the last couple of minutes, New South Wales storming home. Michael Crocker got hurt in trying to tackle Craig Wing. And as we freeze it there, that was Crocker going back late. And all of a sudden, New South Wales have got 1, 2, 3 up against 2 defenders as play continues. They play the unders beautifully, draw and pass. Crocker comes across, couldn't handle Matt King. Threw the pass back inside, Simpkins on the left, in perfect position to rule. Badeiras celebrating before he gets to the line, and the bench go up. Are we about to have a new leader?
Look at the bouncing Mr. Stewart. Talk about get involved.
Oh, it's one of the great Origin tries. You're down 19-14 with 10 to go. Matt King in his debut. He's had a magnificent match, tiptoeing down that touchline and found the skipper. He was injured in the first half. Some running repairs. He's back on. He's lifting his side, gets the try.
Now, Craig Fitzgibbon for leadership. Flags up. What a game. What a night.
Wow, Lang Park is stunned. Suncorp Stadium. The Queensland supporters, they're dumbfounded. A 19-4 lead, and it's all been whittled away once again. Great stuff by the Blues. Andrew Voss on the sideline. Vossi.
Yeah, I spoke to Craig Fitzgibbon before the game, and he said about playing in front of a big crowd here, a hostile crowd it can be at Suncorp. You play for the silence. That's what they've done. They've silenced the crowd.
8 minutes to go. The Blues have put their nose in front. One of the incredible, one of the more magnificent fight backs in Origin history.
Now, there's a few twists in the tail to come. 19-0 down, 20 unanswered points.
Fitzgibbon, what a memorable night for him. And for Badeiras, then to Kamali, now for Kennedy. The big bloke, he stretches out. Here's Gasnier. Gasnier in some space. Can't get the ball away. He will play the ball. They're only 15 out. Badeiras, Kamali puts a kick in, looking for another set. And it's coming out to the 20-metre line.
They've had some heroes out there tonight, the Blues, especially in their second half. None better than that man, Ben Kennedy. He's had a great impact since he's come back onto the field. Gasnier, the light stepping. And too much weight on the kick from Kamali.
20 points to 19. New South Wales wresting the lead away miraculously from Queensland.
Yeah, by Brett Kamali standards, that was a poor kick. 47 tackles for Fitzgibbon. If Kamali had got that in goal, they'd have got the restart under the posts. As it is now, Queensland an opportunity now inside New South Wales territory.
Well, I suppose, Pete, they'd love to get down further. A draw is not the greatest result in the world, but, you know, it's not a loss. They're looking for a field goal at some stage, maybe to draw it up.
Thurston, a night where everyone on debut has had a magnificent game. The kick from Lockyer is high, and they put it down. It's still loose. It's now with New South Wales. I thought he might have been offside, not ruled as such by the referee. Tamali to play the ball.
The referee called play on.
So 21 metres out from their own line. Rooney to take a play, a settler. Changes. Queensland have got none to make. Ricky Stewart has still got two up his sleeve. Here's Fitzgibbon with a straining run, almost to the 40-metre line. The Blues by 1 point at the moment. Kennedy. Now Badiris. This is Wing. Wing stepping up his left foot, but the Queensland defence equal. Flannery making the tackle with Ben Ross. To the right they come for Kamali. He kicks it straight down the ground to Billy Slater. He goes across and links up with Matt Bowen. Bowen is away from one of the front row forwards. And he's pulled down 35 metres out from the Queensland line. Flannery, then Price. Now Thurston, out it comes to Berrigan. And again King comes in off his wing. But the tackle's not made. Berrigan runs at Fitzgibbon. And he's put down and tackled. 5 metres into Blues territory. Queensland trailing by a point now. William, penalty to Queensland.
Never markers, they're offside.
Queensland were calling for this penalty. They saw that the markers never got in possession. Luke Bailey, the man in question. And Darren Lockyer.
Darren Lockyer has opted for the kick at goal.
The biggest call of the night by referee Simpkins.
Well, Luke Bailey comes over the top. Oh, gee. He was there. He was at marker. But not according to the referee. And Darren Lockyer, who you've got to say hasn't kicked that well this season, now has a chance to put the home side in front by one, and time running out.
What's he kicking at, Rabs? About 60%?
I can tell you that on the NRL rankings, equal 16th are Cameron Smith and Darren Lockyer. So they gave the job to Cameron Smith. A perfect record for him, but now Darren has to take this shot, probably to win the game. He's 32 metres out. He's almost in the centre of the ground. There's Smith back on the benches.
Not that far away from where Sean Timmins landed the field goal to win Golden Point game 1 last year.
Here's Lockyer. There goes the shot, it's away! It's wide! Dead in goal! 2019 remains the score!
Let's go, Brett. Let's go, boys.
He's just hooked it, and he knows that might be their last opportunity. But they'll get the football back. Kamali towards Ty Williams.
He's met and pulled down by Barrett and Wing. This crowd is a record crowd. I'll tell you about it in a moment. Not a seat vacant, apparently. Play by Price. Bowen away to Ross. And Ross is taken down by Barrett and Ryan.
Well, do they go for the win or do they go for Golden Point? Send it into extra time. Ty Williams throws the dummy, straightens. 20 out on the 4th.
Fitzgibbon making the tackle. Across to Lockyer it goes, and he tries to do it himself. 5th tackle is there. They're 10 metres out.
Jonathan Thurston calls for the footy. He's going for the one.
There's the shot. It's come off a blow.
It's gone over.
He's got the kick.
It's gone over.
He's got the shot in.
It's ricocheted off a blue and gone over the sticks.
It is level at 20 points all now.
That wouldn't have been a goal 10 years ago. They changed the rule a few years ago. That's a field goal. It gets them back level.
2 minutes to go. And the look of joy on this young man who's debuted tonight so well, Jonathan Thurston. The bench goes up. Queensland and New South Wales at 20 points all with a minute and a half to go, and Queensland to get the football. Here's Ross on his way back in into the shoulder of Hindmarsh, and Ryan is there. Webb, 22 away from his own line. Bowen, there's Price now, running at wing, and Barrett, and offloading to Lockyer, and Lockyer away to Thurston. He's taken down 32 metres out from the Queensland line. Play back to Bowen, who dummies and then beats Badiris. Then he does a bit of a two-step on the one blade of grass. Away goes Bowen, but he's tackled by Kamali. We are inside the last minute. 50 seconds to go in real time as it comes away for Flannery. Flannery taken, an appeal for a high shot from Craig Wing. It's gone across to Lockyer. Takes a long-range shot at drop goal. It's going down into the in goal. And the New South Wales winger, Rooney, is there to bring it back. Brings it back to Thurston, taken by Bowman. 8 metres out from the Blues line now. Here is Gaznia, taken by Berrigan. Got the ball away to Wing. Wing is held by Maguire. 15 seconds and about 80 metres to travel. It would seem an impossibility. Even though Andrew Ryan, or King it is, King has made a break, tackled on the halfway. Now there's 3 seconds. As away goes Minatello. He puts a little kick in. It goes into touch. And that will be the end of 80 minutes of football.
Well, it's the end of 80 minutes football, but it means we've got some more on the way. We'll have 5 minutes to start. The commencement will be determined by the toss of a coin. Now, if no points are scored in that 5-minute period, teams will change ends, and the team that did not kick off to commence the initial period of extra time will kick off to recommence the second period. Then we play until we get a result. We play till we get a point. Bossy on the sideline.
Yeah, it's extraordinary, isn't it? I mean, this crowd cannot believe it. Golden point extra time, and most important, we're talking about interchange right through that second half. Each team gets 2 fresh interchanges going into golden point extra time. Brad Fittler with me. 25 years of origin, and you can write another new chapter tonight. It's incredible.
That's why Start of Origin what it is. New South Wales looked gone and dusted. They were gone. It was up to their little men, Wing, Minicello, led by inspirational Ben Kennedy. He was absolutely outstanding. Got him back into the game with some great tries, and it comes down to this once again, golden point.
Brad, players in the huddle right now. What gets said in this situation? In an Origin, you've spent exactly over 80 minutes.
Mate, hopefully they're saying nothing. Hopefully they're taking him some deep breaths, ready for the biggest 5-10 minutes of their life.
Well, what an amazing game this has turned out to be, coinciding with the 25th anniversary of Origin football. It is 20 points all. Everything in the whole series that have been played since 1982, and even prior to that in 80 and 81, it's almost deadlocked.
And look, I know there'll be some criticism about extra time tonight. The players have done enough to get something out of it, but I've got to think, if you're looking after the fans, they want a result. I know that I would like to see a result tonight. I'll feel very sorry for the state that goes down, but I'll go home happy after a fantastic game of rugby league where we've got to win it.
This has been one of the best Origin games I've ever seen, Rabs. And it's not over. That's the good thing.
I told you earlier, after 96 hours of Origin, 3 points separate them. Now we've had 97 hours and 20 minutes of football, and still 3 points separate them. Ross, he's tackled in extra time.
Now let's stress it. First point scored in extra time, it wins. It doesn't matter what it is. Field goal, penalty goal, try.
So Bowen over to Brad Thorne. The Blues would love to force a mistake down this end of the ground.
And Queensland have thrown all their eggs into one basket. They've made their 2 interchanges. They've used them already. They want to get points early in extra time.
So Bowen it is. It gives it away to Brad Thorne, and Thorne taken by Craig Wing, who I must say, particularly in defence, has done a wonderful job. They're on the halfway line as Lockyer drives it back down towards Rooney. Rooney should get an easy bounce, and he comes away from his own line. Now they must protect the football at all costs, because now Queensland will work for the mistake from the Blues. And here is Cooper. Cooper running at Lockyer, who's brought down and tackled 12 metres out from the New South Wales line. King has been one of the heroes. He is wrapped up there by Thorne, and Hindmarsh goes in to assist. But the Blues after 3 tackles are only 12 metres out from their own line. Fitzgibbon running at Flannery, offloading. Here's Gaznia, he's tackled on the 20-metre line. That's the 4th tackle. They haven't really gone too far at all, have they? Kamali finding Wing, and Wing is tackled on the 30-metre line. So the big kick is required, although Kamali goes through the hands. Barrett puts in a short kick. He appeals for a penalty. Thurston is tackled. Now, Queensland have got a very good chance to set up now.
That might cost them. Looking for the long kick. Instead, they put in a short one. Queensland now just got a simple, just work it down the middle. Last tackle field goal, they win the game.
Played here by Slater. Halfway line, behind them, Thorne reaching out for the 40-metre line.
So even a penalty here can cost you a victory. Berrigan up the middle.
Berrigan 31 metres out. 4th tackle gone.
Locke is telling troops where to go. He's ready for the next shot.
Now it's with Stephen Price. He got rid of Hindmarsh. Went across to Thurston. Thurston showed them the ball cheekily. Then he's taken to ground by Hindmarsh and Ryan. The ball is played back for Smith. It's gone to Lockyer. There goes the shot from Lockyer. He's riding it. The Blues have got the ball. And it's coming back out to the 20 for the restart.
Yeah, good pressure put on Lockyer there by Nathan Hindmarsh. How he's still running after 45 tackles is unbelievable. Fitzgibbon has made 57. He might make a century.
Kennedy now. Played back for Badeiras to give to Ryan. And Ryan 30 metres out from his own line. So in extra time, we've had 1 shot taken by Queensland. Here's Fitzgibbon. And in a 2-man tackle, he's put down short of his own 40-metre line. He will play the ball back for Dan Badeiras. It's gone on to Kamali. Intercept for Bowen. That's the end of it. Bowen has his hand in the air. Matt Bowen scores off an intercept. And Queensland have won. State of Origin won. Matty Bowen, the fresh man, the youngster from North Queensland. He has scored an intercept try